I asked the crowd, like, anybody else had a terrible February? And so many people were like, yes, February was awful. There's so many people I talked to who told me February was the worst month of their year. Even black people. Black people, they're like, month. This month sucks. I couldn't say Black Lives Matter without coughing because everyone was sick. It was everybody in Montreal had a terrible February. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have a special episode. We got Gabriella Omasi as a special guest on the Good Night Podcast.
I got Cat Williams. I got like Cat Williams haircut.
He's like a Persian Cat Williams. Hello. Oh, buddy, good to see you. Let's have a seat. Sit down, everybody. Grab your glass of wine. Fresh episode of the Good Night Podcast. We got Gabriel all the way from Chelmsford, UK, and Amirez from Montreal, Canada. And we are recording live. Gabe has still yet not pulled out the Good Night Podcast mug that you guys should buy.
Unpack.
Yeah, he has to unpack. Before we start, breaking news. Breaking news, everybody. We're 80% sure that we're going to have a live podcast in Montreal on April 1st. April 1st, Tuesday, April 1st. April's Fools. Gabriel will be in Montreal. And we're going to record a live podcast at M Montreal. So stay tuned. I just got the email today that we got the room. So get ready, guys. If you want to see us live, tickets will go on sale soon. I'll set it up. And we might have a special guest. I have no idea who it would be.
Vote for who you want to see. Vote now. Call in.
Call in, everybody. Call Gabriel or myself, and let's see if we can. But mark your calendars, guys. April 1st, Montreal. I want everybody to be there. I want it to be as fun as the last one we recorded. It was so fun.
That was the best. I got norovirus that night. That was great.
You did?
Noro.
Oh, yeah. Well, no,
remember?
You had it before.
I went home and threw up.
Yeah. Now I remember.
I had it.
Now I remember.
I got home and started throwing up, pretty much.
You were sick during the show.
That was bad.
And my psychopathic brain, in my mind, like, he's funny. He can't be sick. I didn't even think that you were sick. And like, as long as you're funny, he's not sick. Why would he?
I didn't either. I thought that's what the when they say you're in the zone. I thought that's what they meant. The zone.
You feel like you want to vomit. That's the zone, man. I'm in the zone. Wait, are my levels too high?
Jordan's vomiting.
To the people who listen to this every week, guys, let us know if the audio. We're gonna try to make this podcast better. This is the goal we have. So send in your requests. What would you like us to see? Would you like more straight hair, Gabe? Would you like me to get a hair transplant? Maybe I should get Gabe's hair.
I can't wait to
Is
have
this
like
your
a
new
little
look?
girl brush your hair like this.
Is this your new look?
No.
Is this how you?
Hell no. It is nice. It's fine. I look like
let's censor that word, Gabe.
Egyptian
that word is not YouTube friendly. It's funny. I did a show. Yeah. I did a show in Hudson, so it's about an hour from Montreal, and there was like a 89-year-old guy in the crowd, and we're talking about this, and I'm like, he's like, I used to do this, watching the Sears catalog. I'm like, oh my God, imagine if he would open Pornhub. He would have a heart attack. He would die instantly. He's like, why do these chicks have dicks? What is this? He would just clutch his heart. The guy's been jacking off to women in their underwear for like 60 years. And imagine you open Pornhub now. Oh my God. I don't think he would be able to live. I think he would instantly just pass out and die. With a big smile on his face.
The Sears catalog still probably exists. He probably could still jerk off to the Sears catalog. It's probably on Instagram now. It's probably just like he's like this and like this.
Oh, whoa. Even now, even Instagram now is way naughtier than the Sears catalog of back then.
Mm-hmm.
100%. The Sears catalog is
Yeah.
like, just look, they're trying to sell.
Mhm.
It wasn't a porn mag. It wasn't a nudie mag. It was a,
No.
hey, want to buy a bra? Here's a photo of a woman in a bra. For some reason that, do you need to see the underwear on a man when you buy your underwear? Do you need to see the underwear on a man when you buy your underwear?
No. It's always like
I think,
super
yeah.
muscular, crazy, hot dude with huge dick. I'm like, what
Yeah.
the? I don't want to see that. I just want to see the. Just want to see just want to see the. You know, I like touching the underwear. I'm like, oh, that's good fabric. That's soft. I don't want to see it on. You know.
Oh, that's why the package, there's a hole in the plastic, so you can.
Yeah.
can-
Make it jack off the guy.
Ooh,
With his
I
fucking
want this on
pinky.
my balls. I think this is like, ooh, this would feel nice on my balls. It's true. Ah, that's very interesting. I was thinking like, what would be the dirty talk that was happening back in the 70s? Like, ooh, treat like a girl would be talking dirty to her guy, like, ooh, treat me like your Sears catalog.
It's just
Ooh,
like.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I was telling him that there's no way, like when you open it, he's like, he doesn't. I'm like, oh, you're not gonna wet your face. It's not one of those books that you like like. Oh no.
Oh, that is. He's like.
And get
Mm.
you're right, Gabe. I should release more video clips of my stand up. I'm just retelling I'm just retelling my stand up jokes
I know.
my crowd work.
It's
Ugh.
it's so funny. You always tell me like the funniest thing, and I'm like, "Did you film it?" You're like, "Oh no," and I'm like, "But that was like the greatest moment I've ever heard." Like, remember you with
I
the
need to buy
guy
a camera.
sneezing, and then you're like, "I never been hucked to it." Yeah.
I need to buy a better listen, every year I tell myself, this year I'm going to release more videos. You're right. You know what? Okay, that's it, Gabe. Next time I go on stage, which is tomorrow, I'm going to be filming. It's a promise I make to
That's
you
good.
and to you, crowd.
Yeah. Yeah. You
That's
gotta.
it.
Yeah.
Clips are back, baby.
Yeah. You probably have the best.
Clips are.
You probably have the best clips ever.
We'll
Probably
see.
get a guy for $20 an hour somewhere.
How much do you charge again? I can't afford you. You had a good
I'm
week,
retired.
buddy? You had a good weekend?
Yeah, it was pretty good actually. I did a show on Friday, and so I go to the show. It's like in a really cool spot. It's like down the street from that bagel place. You know, like I showed you like with the smoked meat. It was just right down the road, and I was like, oh, and it's such a cool area. It's like I can't even describe it. It's like so much graffiti. It's like looks like an old part of London. It looks all hip, and I'm like, it's so cool. It kind of reminds me of like, you know, like the plateau seems like it's ripping off something. It feels like the plateau ripped off this area, like
Okay.
it's like a fake. The plateau's fake, and it's like I'm like, damn, this place is so cool. But then you can tell it's getting gentrified. There's like every shop is a vintage store, and it's like not vintage. It's like a store called Vintage, and you're like, it's brand clothing, but they just label vintage on it, so everything's like super expensive. So you're like, it sucks. But anyway, I go to first. Oh yeah, I'm walking around, and then I call like Peter. I haven't spoke to Peter, so we speak to Peter on the phone for like half an hour. I'm joking around, yeah, and then I go to the show. Okay, this is so stupid. Like, it turns out it's a competition. I had no idea. I'm like, oh, it's a competition. They're like, oh yeah, we do a lot of competitions here, and I'm like, okay, like so I go, and then they tell us to come at 7:30, but the show's at 9, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm like, what the hell? I'm so pissed. Right then, I'm so pissed. And the first thing is like, I'm not gonna sit here. So I get up and I look for the guy who runs this thing. I'm like, who runs this thing? Who runs this? And I speak to the guy. He's like from Italy. He looks like Pinocchio. He's so little, and he's like, you know, like a arrogant Italian from Italy. He's like, I run this show, and I run many shows, and I love my shows. And I'm like, okay, like what? Like you could tell this guy probably sucks because he's like overcompensating. You're like, Jesus Christ. So they corral us, all the comedians. Turns out there's supposed to be 30 comedians. 30. I'm like, what? I'm like, what's going on here? And so they take us and they put us in this. No joke, it's like the coldest room I've ever been in. It's so cold. It's like basically outside. And I'm like shivering. I'm like, ugh. And it's all these like the ugliest people I've ever seen in my life. It's like the most ugliest. Like all of them look like one guy is like from Israel, and he's like, in my homeland I was famous, and now I'm here. Like he was, I swear to God, this old ass Israeli guy being like, back home, my comedy, I'd be like, kablang bang bang, and he'd be like doing like pratfalls and okay. And there was one guy
Guys
who
trying
was
to
like
stay warm.
super elongated. Yeah, he's trying to stay warm. And so I speak to this one guy. He seemed kind of normal, and I was talking to him, and he's like, "Yeah, I've been doing." He's like this old guy. He's like, "I've been doing comedy 3 years," and then he's like, "Oh," and he's like, "Oh, I'm going first." I'm like, "Oh, great, I'll watch you." And it's like, the show starts like 4 hours later, and he goes on, and he's like, no joke, the worst comedian I've ever seen ever. Like he was screaming happy birthday. He was like, "Happy birthday, Saddam Hussein," and it's like the worst. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like about to puke. I'm like, and so there's 3 breaks. Each, oh yeah, 10 comedians don't show up. So there's only 20 comedians, which is nice. So I'm like, okay, it's way better. So I'm in the second section. And out of like all the comedians I saw, I think like one like gets laughs. And he was pretty funny. You could tell all the comedians that were funny were from just moved to London, that are finding their ground, you know? And they
And
don't
that's
know.
why they're doing that
So
show.
one guy's from, yeah, nobody knows. Everyone's like, oh, we don't know. So, and then a lot of these other comedians, it's like they've been either doing it for 40 years and are horrible, or it's like their 5th time or whatever, you know? And I was like, whew. So one guy, and so I go on, dude, I level the room. I destroy, like immediately. I'm like killing, I'm destroying. I'm like, okay.
High five.
I'm like killing, I'm like, yeah, I'm just like, and I think they're just relieved. They're like, oh, okay, he could speak in an order. And then I get off. So I get through that round, and then they pick like, it's supposed to be 1 finalist per section, but at one point the audience just gave up on the rules and just was like, we're not even listening anymore. Like, because they're supposed to like hit something, like it's either you clap and they pass through, or like they hit an instrument and they get kicked out, you know? And
Wait,
at
didn't
one
you
point they
do
just
that show
stopped
when
clapping.
we went to London together?
This is another one. Apparently there's like 10, 20, 30 of these types.
Okay. Because
you know?
I remember
Yeah.
you took me to a show
Yes.
like that once. Okay. So anyway, so the audience give up.
Exactly. Gong show. So there's like the rest of so because nobody got voted off in the audience, they just like the guy just put into the final almost the same amount of comedians that were in the regular show. So, and we're like, and we have to do 2 minutes of comedy in the final. And then the Italian guy was like, he's like, oh, there's too many comedians. We have to do a clap off. And by this point, the show started at 9. It was 11 p.m. We were like, I'm like exhausted, you know? So we spent 20 minutes doing a clap off. Who thinks this person's funny? And they're like, and then at one point, there's this one guy who, this is the worst thing I've ever done. He he did pretty good. And I'm like, this guy's my competition. So he did pretty good. And like, he was about to get clapped. And I kind of nudged him off the stage. I went like, and I kind of pushed him off. So there was a bit of a distraction. So nobody clapped for him. And the host thought he didn't get any claps. So he got kicked off. And I was like, okay, that's good.
Gabriel, you psychopath.
Evil.
You're evil man. Oh my God.
And then
that poor guy.
And then before, there's this one guy who bombed and he was horrible. But I really liked him because he was very nice. He was very friendly. And I'm like, this guy probably has potential. So in between the break, I go up to the guy. I'm like, hey, Antonio, I'm on the final, right? And he's like, yeah, you're on the final for sure. And I'm like, what about this guy? And I said, he did amazing. And he's like, yeah, you're on the final too. So
You're using your psychopathy for good and for evil. You're like, hey, I'm going to destroy my competition, but I'm going to keep the good people around me. That's so odd. You're weird, Gabe.
Oh.
So,
And
anyways, so
then
yeah, so you get to the finals.
so there's the five of us left, and one person was horrible, and then this girl goes on. She's like kind of like a model-esque girl, and she brought props with her. She had these props, and she was killing. Like she had these props, and like I'm like, what the hell? And so in 2 minutes, she was like killing right away, and I was like, oh, okay. And then the next person bombs, and then the next person bombs, and then I go up, and I go on with maybe way too much ego because I'm like, you guys all suck. And dude, like I swear to God, I was on stage. People were putting on their jackets and leaving. They were like, we're done because they had to catch their train. It was midnight, man. And so there was no one there to perform for. And so this woman won. And I was like, oh, because in my head, I'm like, oh, if I go on at the end, I can do longer and like perform longer, do another 5-10 minutes, But I waited too long, and everyone was leaving, and it was me and like four people going like, you know. And then because of that woman won 100 pounds. Yeah, I lost 100 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is the lesson
I know.
learned here, Gabe? You should have pushed her off the bridge.
I'm not sure.
I think you should have burned. Listen, I'm trying to think like you. If I was Gabe, if I pushed the guy off the stage, burn her face or her props. I think this is what you need to do next time.
Yeah, I know.
To secure the win.
I should have. Yeah. I should have went first in the final, honestly. Instead
of 100%.
I positioned myself. We were standing up against the back, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna stand far away because the guy had no, what's it called? No idea what was going on. So he was picking people he could see. So I was hiding so I can go on last. But I should have just jumped on the stage. I should just ran on stage.
It's so funny. I never think of any of that. Like to just the planning. And the affecting people's opinions on like that. Oh, where did you learn that? Is this your gangster dad genes?
Honestly, I was just so bored. I was so bored at a certain point that I was like, none of this matters. Because also,
it's like Machiavellian.
Let's say like you're around a bunch of young comics. Well, look, if you're around a bunch of young comics and they all suck and you kill. It's almost like you're in Grand Theft Auto, You could do anything. You could like take their wallet. You can like take their car. They're like, oh, everyone's like, oh, hello, sir, hello, and I'm like, yeah. Can you buy me a beer? I was just like, yeah.
Okay, new segment.
Yeah,
new segment. Gabe's Machiavellian advice. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new episode of Gabe's Machiavellian advice. Go ahead, Gabe. Give us your number one advice to influence people in your directions. The 50 laws of power of Gabriel. Advice number one.
I think also, like, if you all have the same language, it's way easier here for me, let's say, because there's no language barrier. Let's say I'm at a store or at the gym. This person could speak fluent French, and I'm not good in French, so I'm more shy. For like, let's say at the gym today, I'm way more friendlier. So, like, I'm way more open, and I'm not shy at all. Like, there was this giant black guy at the gym, topless, like flexing in the mirror. He was like, like he was like really. And then like I walk into the gym and I see this, and I stand right next to him, and I start going like, and he was like, God damn, man, what the like he was I was like, man, see how easy it, like you never. I was always so shy around people. Now I'm not shy. Like, I think that's the one rule. Just don't be shy.
Don't be shy. Okay. Wow. You're blossoming, buddy. You're blossoming into the Machiavellian power hungry comedian. You were always meant to be the ruler of the UK British comedy scene. Gabriel Massey. You're the next Catherine Ryan. With that hair?
Oh,
you're the
bad. She's got a, yeah, not bad. Because I need to hit the ground running, right? I can't just like around, hey, what's up, man? Like, I just gotta just speak to the guy who runs the show, put me in more shows. I said, watch me, And then he's like, okay, I'll book you on shows next week. I'm like, okay, great. He runs like better shows. Like this, I
Nice.
think he just uses it as a way to like generate money. Like
Oh,
like just
how
take
many
advantage of
people?
open micers.
How many people were at the beginning of the show?
Like 40 or 50. It was a nice venue, really
Oh,
nice.
wow,
You
40.
know?
The fact that he was able to get, dude, it makes me want to move to the UK. Truly, I feel I'm getting.
Hmm.
I'm starting to feel I'm getting stale in Montreal as well, bro. It's crazy. 40, 50 with Pinocchio's brain. It's insane. Dude, you should start
Yeah,
your own show, man. I'm telling you,
yeah,
every time you tell me about a show,
yeah,
it seems that the hardest thing, which is to get people in, is like the easiest thing in the UK.
hmm,
You have a show and and you have
yeah,
so much experience running a show. Did you speak with that bar that you
yeah,
told me about?
yeah. So they already have a comedy show, right? So I'm gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm booked on their comedy show next Tuesday, so I'm gonna go to
Mm.
it. And then whatever, I'll do my set. The owner already likes me. I'll be like, what do you guys think about like like if I take it over? I'll talk to the host. What do you think? We'll figure something out. I could because I live down the road. Otherwise, there's a
Machiavellian, power
tomorrow.
hungry
There's
Gabriel.
Yeah. Well, otherwise tomorrow I looked up online. I saw that there's two open mics in my city, like my
Mm.
town, not too far, like 20 minutes. So I'm gonna go to both, hit up both, and see which one's good, and talk to whoever's managing the place that I'm interested. For like a monthly or something.
Hell yeah. Try not to do
Yeah.
it on Tuesday so we can record a podcast back on Tuesdays, if you don't mind. That would be best.
Yeah,
Because
yeah. Whatever
Mondays,
days is they can like.
yeah, Monday is technically my going boxing day. And I haven't been in like a month
Oh,
because
okay.
I've been sick. Dude,
Oh,
I looked at my
oh, damn son.
schedule. I looked at my schedule. February, I didn't work 60% of my time. So I worked
Whoa, that's not good.
40%.
Shit.
Yeah. It's been a rough month. But I told you, right? I went to the doctor and I got antibiotics.
No, you said you were going to the doctor, but you didn't say you got the pills.
Mm. Yeah. So, dude, Montreal now, if you want to go see a doctor, there's like 6, 7 websites that you
Yeah.
can visit. And you just
Yeah.
enter and it gives you a radius. It's like as if you're looking for the closest Domino's pizza to deliver to your house. It just gives you a radius, and then you find a clinic that has an appointment free.
Hmm.
Pow pow! It's so well made. So I
Yeah.
went. I went to the doctor. The nurse took my measurements. The doctor looked at me, dude. She's like an old Romanian or Russian doctor. She just looked at me. She looks at me like this. She's like, "How long have you been sick?" I'm like, "Well, I don't know, 3 weeks." She's like, and then she put the stethoscope on my back. She's like, "Breathe." I'm like, she's like, "You have bronchitis. Take this. You'll be good. Now go home." I'm like, "Okay." I
Wow.
haven't, I
That
don't
was
remember the
quick.
last time I took antibiotics. I felt like I was taking
Oh wow.
drugs. I told her, like, "Hey, I haven't taken antibiotics in a long time." She's like, "It's okay. Don't worry. Don't worry." I love old school doctors like this. Just Eastern European doctors who don't
Yeah.
mess around. They're like, "Yes, you
Yeah.
are not going to die. You need antibiotics. That's it. Get out of here." Frowning all the time.
What is? What do you feel when you're on antibiotics? Is it like? Do you feel like cold, or how do you feel? Just
No,
same.
they're just the fever, the night fevers are gone. That was the worst part, dude, about getting sick is the fevers. You would go to sleep and you would
Hmm.
wake up as if you slept in a puddle. I hate that feeling. I
Oh,
would wake up, change t-shirts, put another
damn.
t-shirt, go back to sleep, wake up, change t-shirt, because I'm just sweating all the time. That was the worst. But now the night sweats are gone. Still a little cough,
Hmm.
but life is good. I'm able to go out. And I'm able to do shows. I did a few shows this week. Let me think. What shows did I do? Friday. What show did I do Friday? Hmm. Where was I? I went to Ottawa. Did we talk about Ottawa?
Yeah, it was like last week, right? Or 2 weeks
Oh yeah,
ago.
I went to
You went to
Ottawa,
Ottawa.
came back, got sick again. Actually, no, I didn't do any shows. I think the first show I did was Saturday. No, no, Friday. Oh, Friday we had Club at Water.
Oh. Oh yeah. Who's
Y-
on?
Yeah. We had Joanna, We had Mariam Khan, Fabrice Godilla, and Franco Tadeo headlined the show. Show was sold out, dude. The room was packed. I hosted. It was
Wow,
so fun.
that's good.
Oh, what a fun show! If you haven't come to Club Atwater, guys,
Nice.
this is. If you want just like a regular, fun, insane, come to the Tuesday show. If you want something classy, I mean, the comedy is still retarded, but like the place is so classy and nice. And you want to bring a date, come to the
Hmm.
Club Atwater show. It was so fun. Packed, dude. There was like 50 something people in the room. Packed.
Wow, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it was so fun.
What did you eat?
The usual, the chicken platter. It's so nice. Dude, so nice. I you know my hosting, I'm a dirty comic a little sometimes. And there was
Yeah.
like people who never seen the show and they were like clearly in their 70s and they sat in the back
Wow.
and I could just hear oh, 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 oh. And then they left mid-show. They're like, "This is enough." So I'm like, "Oh, it's good."
No.
Everyone else left. Yeah. So yeah, like 4, 5, 7-year-olds, they couldn't handle the heat, and they left. I'm like, "All right, that's
Damn.
good." But the show was fantastic. Honestly, killer. People who came again. I'm very happy. I'm very happy with that show. That was my first show back. I was worried, and then on Saturday I did the Clubhouse. That was so fun. The Comedy House. Sorry, the Comedy
Mhm.
House. Fun show. It's funny. You do enough comedy, you start to recognize some people in the audience. Like some
Yeah.
people who've seen me in different shows, and I'm working on my new hour, so I'm like, oh, they got to hear the new jokes. That was nice. Jokes that didn't work in Ottawa suddenly work. I found a way to tweak them. Oh, it's so good to be back in the process of creation and thinking of new. Have you been writing new
Mhm.
jokes? Has London inspired you?
Yeah. Yeah, like like that remember the story with the guy sitting next to the guy with the penis circumcision? I've been doing that,
Yeah.
you know. It's been doing good. I've been like I made it like shorter or like I build it up and then it lands and stuff. The first time I did it, it didn't land and I was like, "Oh." And then you figure out all you need to do is just try new stuff and then like it works. You just got to keep on,
Yeah.
you know.
You gotta keep
So,
messing with it
yeah, I've
till
been
you
doing
tweak
that.
it. Yeah. Do you have a new opener? You know how much I love the first opening jokes. What's your opener now?
What is my first thought? Oh, I've been like changing the order a lot. I've been opening with like the what's it called? The engagement cuz people here obsessed with engagements or getting married. I said I'm getting married. People are like,
But
"Yeah," with the legs.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I've
You
been
always
doing
open
that
with
as an
that.
opener.
Yeah, but you always
No, it
open
would
with that.
be I'm half Greek, half Italian. Half Greek, half Italian I would open with.
I think when we hosted,
Yeah, I don't
we
even
always
do.
open with the engagement. Oh, that's nice. I have
Oh,
my
it's
new
true.
open. Yeah,
Yeah.
I still open with the. Do you know a guy named Vance? But my second joke now I'm trying is the internet guy who came to my house and wanted to route the wire
Mhm.
behind my stove. And yeah, so it's been working well in Montreal. In Ottawa, they were
That's
a bit
good.
it's a lot of asshole talk. But yeah, I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do after this podcast. I'm gonna sit down and write for 30 minutes, see if I can think of new jokes. It's so fun. Hey, I wanted to ask you
Cool.
something. So you live in a building now, yes?
Yeah, the apartment building.
How big is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Take off your shirt, guys.
It's
You're missing
like
out. Gabriel
oh,
is taking off his shirt right now.
it's
So
so hot.
sexy. He's lean.
It's
He's a lean, mean, sexy
I'm
machine.
on
Oh, look at damn.
I'm on the
Oh,
third
so hairy.
floor.
Third floor. Okay.
Yeah, I know it's really hard. Yeah, there's only 3 floors.
Oh, okay. So it's like a triplex. It's small.
Yeah. It's the same as my mom. Oh yeah, you don't know my mom's house actually, but yeah, it's not. It's
Yeah,
it's
I
pretty
do.
small. Yeah.
Yeah, I do, baby. I know your mom's house. I know your
Oh,
mom's house. Very nice.
hell yeah.
Yeah. I
Very
go there
nice.
every time now.
Fish
I visit your mom, and she cooks for me,
every time.
and then she
Oh.
sits next to me, and she's like, she feeds me. She's like, ooh, look, I prepared you a meat box. And then, she puts the meat in my mouth.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did
the
you know
meat
that?
box,
She didn't tell you?
dude.
She calls me baby.
I can't wait to
I call
eat
her.
baby moo. Baby moo.
She gives me baby, and I call her Sexy Maria, and then she feeds me, and then she's
Oh.
like, "Ooh, you need to burp," and then she puts me on her chest, and she does this, and then I burp a little because I've been
Okay.
eating all those sausages.
Ay, papi.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn, papi.
And then she's like, "Ooh, do we need to change your
well,
diaper?" And then she changes my diaper. It's great. And then she puts a wig on my head.
Well,
And she's like, "Hello, Gabriel." She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Hello, Emmer." Yeah.
well,
That was- I was hoping way more laughter.
Okay.
Way more laughter from you, but I understand I've been
From
weirdly
me.
sexualizing your mom for the past
That's a
3
little odd.
minutes. It's
Yeah, that was long.
listen to this.
That was long.
Listen to this.
Yeah.
I've had 2 friends who moved into those huge tower rises. And I don't
Yeah.
know if you've been to these tower rises, but these buildings are weird. I went to
Which
visit my
one? Like a
friend.
nice one or a one?
Yeah, like a 40 floors buildings, brand new, like condo tower rises. You know what I mean, like brand new.
Okay. Yeah.
And you walk in.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I go to see my friend, and so you have to punch in their code, right, so that they buzz you in. But there was someone already there, so I just walked in with them, and I see that there's a guy. There's always a guy now. Did you know this? These buildings, they have a guy who's like a receptionist, and he's just standing there.
He's behind the desk
I'm
with a
like,
little
okay.
laptop.
Yeah, I'm like, what is this? What is it? Am I checking in to work?
Yeah.
Why is there a guy outside? I go to the elevator,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the first time I'm visiting this friend. And I tried to press like the up button so I can get on the elevator. You cannot use the elevator. There's no. You have to
Yeah.
use
You
like a
need,
fob
like,
card.
Fob.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is this? So I asked my friend like, "Hey, how can I use the elevator?" She's like, "Oh, you have to go to the guy." So he's like, "Oh, okay. Who you going to see?" So you have to tell the guy who you're going to see, so that he unlocks the elevator
weird.
for you. Like, what is this breach of
I hate
privacy?
that.
And who,
That's
and second of
weird.
all, who lives?
know.
The president of America lives in this building. Why do you need so much security?
Yeah.
I don't like it.
No, that's.
I don't like it.
I hate it. I've always said it. I've hated that because also even as you leave, they know who you are. They have like a profile of all your like, like your photos. So they're like, okay, hey, what is he doing leaving at 3 a.m.? Where is he going? Huh?
Yeah.
Is he up to no good? Or like, oh, someone's late for work. Oh, someone slept in. Like I don't know. I don't like that. I hate that.
Dude.
Someone's getting a lot of Uber
When-
Eats.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. They just know everything, that the ins and outs of your life. They're so aware.
Yeah.
And I have a friend, dude, Hadi. When I helped Hadi, I parked in the area next to the building, and you have to sign in. So I had to write my name, my phone number, my car plate. Like, who?
Car
why?
plate.
Yeah, like the license plate of my car, because I parked in the area for guests of the building.
Jeez.
You have to check it.
That's
You need a security clearance to get these in these buildings. I'm like, who lives there? It's students and prostitutes.
no.
It's high-end escorts
Fuck.
and students.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
disgusting.
I hate this.
I hate these buildings.
Yeah.
I hate these buildings.
Yeah.
Dude, in Toronto, I have another friend who was telling me that you say you get in the elevator. Let's say you want to go on the 12th floor. Let's say you need again to scan your
Mhm.
fob to allow you to go to the 12th floor.
Wow.
You
Jeez.
you can't go to
it's
other
too much.
floors. It's too much. It's too much.
Oh, what if like you have a friend? What if you're on the 20th floor?
Yeah.
We have a friend on the 14th floor, so you can't visit that friend.
Zoom. You have to zoom your neighbor. I guess so. I don't know. It's just so much.
I like
like
I
the
like a
cost
key.
of security.
Like
yeah.
yeah.
The
Sorry, go
cost of security is such a lack of privacy. I don't like it. I don't like tall buildings. Give me a triplex where a homeless guy can knock on my door, and I'm fine with it. I'll have a reason to throw him
Yeah.
down the garbage chute or whatever.
Now, let me tell you why. Let me tell you why they do this. So in Park X, they have huge buildings too, right? Tall, like 50, 60, super high, but they're so shitty. There's not even a front door. There's not even like an elevator. It's just this building. This is I'm admitting this, but I'm not proud of this. It was very fun, but we would go into this building and we would go to like the 30th floor and we just set off fireworks in the hallway.
Ah, okay. Now that's why security exists. All right.
And we would set off almost like every week. Set off fireworks, stink bombs. We would like get the fire to start. Oh, we would
Really?
terrorize this building.
The sprinkles.
Yeah, we would destroy. Yeah, we would destroy. My friend, I had a friend. He was my friend. He was my friend's younger brother. He was insane. He was a lunatic. He would, every time we'd go in the elevator, because we had a friend that lived in that building. So, and we would all just bully each other. We'd just be so mean to each other. My friend would piss in his elevator every time we would go to visit him. He would just open his pants, just pee against the wall, and it would just. I remember being like, "Holy shit!" We would terrorize this building.
You deserve to be in jail. You deserve to be in jail, Gabriel. You maniac. Oh my God, that's what
we were crazy.
I
man.
did something similar, but what we did is that I also used to live in one of those huge, humongous mega buildings, and we would go inside and we would play like hide and seek, or we would play like Mission Impossible, but it was never malicious. Like
you were playing the Thomas Crown Affair. That's what you were playing. You're like, I'm playing the Thomas Crown Affair.
I'm here to steal a Monet from door 1205. And you're like, let's burn this building down. So you're the reason why all the security exists.
Yeah. Here's not a crazy story, but like
my racist brain is going.
Brother in Laval.
My racist brain is going, goddamn immigrants. That's why. It's because of those goddamn immigrant children.
We were bad. We snuck into this building and we set off a smoke bomb. Smoke bomb?
You know, you would be arrested for terrorism now. In 2025, you would be on a list.
Dude, the smoke was coming out of the cracks of the building. There was so much smoke from the smoke bomb. It was like, and then people were like, "Holy, this building is going down!" And there would be so many fire trucks because they're trying to get to the building. They're like, "What's happening?" And then nothing happened. I remember like even my friend had a video camera. He filmed it. It was the most. I was so scared, but I was like so exhilarated. I was like, "This is amazing." But it was like, wouldn't do it now, obviously.
No, now you'd go to jail. Especially in the UK, it's a big brother country. You'll be like, all right, this guy's a terrorist. We need to lock him off. He cannot escape. This is insane, dude. That's crazy.
Wild.
You're the reason why there's so many, because people are paying like $3,000-4,000 for a duplex for a 2.5. They want to make sure no idiots like you are setting off smoke bombs in their hallways.
We were like 14.
Yeah,
we were
here's the thing.
We weren't young.
You were a child. You were a stupid child, but you were a child. Children, they do fun things and they do stupid things. Those buildings, you can't raise a family in those buildings. You can't have a 7-year-old. What is he gonna do? He can play. He just run in the hallway like a caged dog. He can't do anything. You can't raise a family in those huge towers of condos. You need a place where he can be stupid.
Yeah. Well, exactly. Yeah, a lot of us would just be set free. Basically, there was like so many parks in the area. We would like be rats that would find a herd, and just go, go around terrorizing the neighborhood. Yeah,
as children, but it's okay. You're a child. An adult could still come and just slap you, and then we're done, right? Exactly. That's what children are supposed to do. They're supposed to test the limits of their bodies and the limit of authority. And those huge towers, you can't have. You can barely have a dog.
No.
You can't have a child.
You can't have nothing, dude. Imagine a dog in an elevator being like, like,
He can't go anywhere. He's like, all right, I'm stuck. Oh my god. Nah, I hate those buildings, man. But now I understand why they exist
I know.
to keep the crazies. Imagine living also downtown. My friend lives downtown. Downtown. It's crazy how hard it is to park. You go visit your friend. You can't park anywhere. You
No. Yeah.
you have to pay for parking to visit your friend.
Yeah.
Then you need the high level security clearance to get in the building. But then again,
Yeah.
they're safe. So, it's a price they're willing to pay. Speaking of presidents, did you watch what happened? Zelensky meeting up with Trump and they got into an argument?
I saw the like I don't remember who the name of the guy was. It was like some guy in the back being like, "Hey, Zelensky, put on a suit." And Zelensky was like, "I will put on costume when the war is over." And I was thinking, like, it's such, I don't know, like, honestly, like, I hate what they're doing to, like, why are they being so rude to Zelensky? Like, just, like they're just being,
Excellent
calling him
question.
they're just being insanely rude. Yeah.
Here's my theory. The peace negotiations have begun. Russia has been disrespected for the past 2 years since the war started. So
Yeah.
what is Trump doing right now is like, hey, Putin, listen, Russia is to be respected. We fully agree. How can we show respect to Putin? By disrespecting the guy we've been giving billions of dollars to.
Yeah.
So we're gonna
Yeah.
disrespect Zelensky so that Trump feels like, okay, they're showing me respect by disrespecting my enemy. And now you get the confidence of Putin, and then maybe you can start negotiating. This is all negotiating. This is all planned by Trump because he's
Yeah.
a businessman. He's like, all right, let's disrespect Zelensky, because Zelensky has been treated like a war hero everywhere he goes,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Everywhere he
Yeah,
goes,
yeah.
he's like, oh, your country has been invaded. This sucks. And it does. So here's money. But the thing is, he's just taking money and he's not winning the war. So I think Trump is like, all right, you know what? We're done. We're cutting off the faucet. We're negotiating with. Apparently, he decided to negotiate with Putin without Zelensky. Imagine how horrible that is. They're negotiating without you. Wow.
I know. Yeah. Yeah, but that's what's like that guy that's on Rogan every once in a while, that weird little guy with the suit, and he's like, I believe in love and science. What's his name? The little Russian guy.
Yeah.
What the hell's his name? He's like the AI. Oh, jeez, Lex. Yeah,
Yes. Lex Friedman.
He's like.
Yeah.
He's all like, we need to treat Putin with respect because that's what he needs in order to be like, in order for him to negotiate, you just need to be nice to him, which makes sense. Like, you need, from like a 5-year-old point of view, you see like a bully picking on a kid. You got to like talk to him and be like, why are you doing it? What's wrong? Instead, everyone's like, and they're putting him in detention without any like, you kind of need to. You need to be diplomatic a little bit.
Yeah, people are treating Russia like Russia, don't take the Ukraine. They're treating Russia as an equal. Like, so you have like a 90-pound college student going, Russia, you suck. Give back the Ukraine to the Ukrainian. Like, yeah, but they don't realize that Russia is a 7'5", 300-pound monster.
Yeah.
So Trump is like, hey, we acknowledge the fact that you're a 7'5", 300-pound muscled monster. You have power. And then you're like, all right, you respect my power. And then you can start negotiating and finding a way to end the war. It's scary.
But it's
whole
like
situation.
But you look at Zelensky afterwards, and you kind of like, because he was a comedian, right? So he has so many expressions on his face. Like, and so you see what he's feeling in the moment. He's like Trump is like he has like two faces, Trump. He has like proud, and then he has like, but Zelensky was like, what don't you talk to me like that. He's so like European, you know. You're kind of like, oh,
Yeah.
you feel bad. Like you can imagine him pouting sadly, like in the helicopter, like
Oh yeah.
you just
He,
feel
he
bad.
he was
Like,
not
God
expecting
damn,
that.
man.
Yeah, I don't think he was expecting
No.
because every time he went to visit Joe Biden and Kamala, they were like, "Oh, oh, Zelensky, oh, you poor man. Oh, what Russia is doing to you." And he's like, "Yes, thank you. I am a hero. I am a hero for trying to save my country." So he was expecting this treatment, and then he lands in
Yeah.
in America, goes sees Trump, and Trump is like, "What the hell are you wearing, man? Dress up. You're meeting me." He's like, "Huh?" Like he was expecting to be treated like a, you know how like you take a victim, how liberals take victims and they're like, "Look at these poor victims," and then they treat them like royals. So I think he was
Yeah.
expected to be treated like a
Yeah.
royal, like, "Oh, this poor victim, let's give him all the love we can." And Trump was like, "Nah, man, I'm
Yeah.
trying to negotiate with Trump. We're gonna have to make you feel like a loser again." And I don't think he was expecting.
He's like
this. I
Patrice
think-
O'Neill.
Yeah.
He's like Patrice on at the Comedy Cellar table.
Yeah,
But
he's
then
like,
again,
"Hey,
Elon wears the most
hey."
dorkiest outfits.
Yeah. Oh, wait. I wanted
Like,
to talk about
Elon-
something about Elon, but I forgot. Oh well. Who cares? Who cares?
Like
what
this whole
else?
thing,
What else
like
can we
you
talk
kind of
about?
like like you see them on the news, and you're like, man, like going on behind the scenes, but like what's being put on the news is like if it's propaganda, it's really working because of a guy like me who thought Trump was funny. Now you're like, oh, he's kind of like a dickhead, you know? Like you don't really like him as much. He's kind of like he's not funny, and now it's all serious business, and you can tell,
Yeah.
okay, this is where his actual essence is, you know? It's not all
He
fun and games
understands.
like you know during the debates. The debates was funny and all this. It's all like, all right, this is messy.
He's a very calculated asshole. He knows what he's doing. He
Mhm.
wants to end this war, so he understands that Ukraine will not win. Zelensky, like put in the same room Zelensky, Trump, and Putin. There's only one
Yeah.
beta in this room, and it's the guy who used to play
Yeah.
the piano with his penis. You understand?
Yeah,
a comedian.
yeah.
I don't know how the
Yeah.
heck he became a president. He's a comedian. Comedians were all losers. We're all clowns. So he never shook it off. He kept his 5 o'clock shadow, and it makes him look like, ooh, I'm rugged. My country is at war. He always wears like military outfits, kinda, to show that he's ready to defend his
Mhm.
country. But
Yeah,
he's like
yeah, yeah.
5'2". He's not a big guy.
Yeah, I know.
Putin looks like a murderer. You know, Trump
Yeah, he
looks like
looks
a
like a thug.
psycho.
Like a thuggish.
Like he's just frowning. He's gonna be pushed off, man. I'm telling you, peace is coming soon, and it doesn't look good for the Ukraine.
Well, what might happen? Well, then, dude, if I think a smart way to do it is like to give them whatever peace they already have, right? And then just being like, okay, everybody stop now. But then again, who knows, man? Russia might just keep going into Poland, which sucks because I want to go to Poland. I'm going to Austria this week, by the way, which is kind of scary.
What? You're going to Austria to meet your heroes, land?
Yeah, I'm going for the weekend. Arnold.
Arnold. Whoa.
Yeah,
Seriously,
the
you're going
big
to
A.
Austria. Wow, when are you
Yeah, I'm
going?
going to Vienna
Whoa.
on Thursday.
How did you decide?
Sorry, Claire's friend is getting married, and they got married in India, but they're having like a little party in Vienna.
Whoa. So cool. I forgot when you live in Europe, you could just. It's a small plane away.
Yeah, I
It's a
know.
Ryanair 10-pound.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just
Wow.
bringing a backpack with me with some clothes, and then I'm there. Yeah.
Well, you're going to a wedding.
pretty
You're going to
cool.
put your suit in a backpack?
It's gonna be like a casual. It's not a wedding. It's like a party. It's like for the people who couldn't fly to this wedding. It's like this little party, you know.
Are you going
And
to do that for your wedding? For your.
I'm gonna have like a barbecue,
Okay,
like a little barbecue.
Because I'll come to that. I'll come to that one.
Yeah,
For sure.
no.
Give me a date so I can reserve it now. I don't miss the barbecue.
Oh, I don't know when. I have no idea. We'll see. Maybe in August. Hopefully in August. Sometime end of August.
Oh, you're lucky,
Oh
man.
yeah, never
Montreal is
know.
like minus 50 outside right now. It's so cold. It's like minus 30.
Oh dear.
It's
Uh
yeah, and we're
yeah.
expecting
When
rain.
I come back, it'll be hot. Ah, jeez,
Dude,
depression.
Mark, I was so when I was hosting on Friday, I asked the crowd like anybody else had a terrible February, and so many people were
Mm-hmm.
like, yes, February was awful. There's
Yeah.
so many people I talked to who told me February was the worst month of their year. Even black people. Black people, they're like, month. This month sucks. I couldn't say Black Lives Matter without
That's
coughing
hilarious.
because everyone was sick. It was a everybody in Montreal had a terrible February.
That's
Terrible.
hilarious. Black people. Yeah, February was hard. The weather wish. I mean, whatever. Yeah, February is a shitty month. It's a month you forget. You know, it's like you kind of just skip. Like January, you're like woohoo, New Year. February, you're like oh, the weather's shit. March, you're like well, at least it's better than February. And then
Well,
April, you're like
March, yeah.
yeah,
This March is very special. I don't know if well, you should know because you live in an Arabic country. But Ramadan just began.
oh, nice,
Yeah.
very good.
Happy Ramadan, Gabriel.
Thank you. Are you what's it called? Practicing it?
It's well, Ramadan. You're supposed to fast, and you're supposed to
Okay.
practice self-discipline and keep away from sins and things that are bad to you. And I have a lot of friends who are not very
Yeah.
religious, but during Ramadan, they fast or they cut off one bad habit just to challenge themselves. So what I like to
Yeah.
challenge myself too. But so what I'm gonna do is that in the month of Ramadan, I'm gonna do the reverse. I'm gonna start taking more drugs. I'm gonna bang hookers. I'm gonna
Okay.
start drinking and smoking cigarettes and just ruin myself for 1 month so that for the other 11 months of the year, then I have a challenge. I have to quit all these vices. This is a real
Yeah.
challenge. Yeah. You get a
Yeah, get
reverse
hooked.
psychology Ramadan.
Yeah. I think whoever your God is would be very proud. Can't remember his name. John. John John Ramadan.
Jake. John Hey, does he run a competition in London? Hey, my name is John Ramadan. Buddy.
That's
How's
funny.
the UK these days? The weather is nice now. The snow has gone.
There was never snow. It was raining and now it's been sunny for the last like 2 weeks
Oh.
and like 10
Oh,
degrees. It fluctuates between like 3 degrees and like 10 degrees. And this week's supposed to be like 15
amazing.
degrees and sunny.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It was minus 25 yesterday. I forgot
I
to
know.
ask you. So you tried the bagel. Well, wait, how do they call that bagel? They call it
It's you know how like they spell tires with a Y,
yeah.
like tires. It's the same. It's still bagel, but it's spelled like a idiot wrote it.
You,
It's
you
spelled
sure
like
it's still bagel? I thought it's not like
yeah.
Beigel. I think it's Beigel.
No, because I said I'm like, can I get a salt beef bagel? And then everybody was like, salt beef bagel, salt beef bagel. Like everybody was just saying. Maybe everyone is just saying whatever, but
Yeah.
I
heard
I
it's
heard everybody
Beigel.
say salt beef bagel. Oh
I
really?
heard it's Beigel. But anyway,
Maybe
so
in Welsh.
tell me about that
What was
bagel,
it? It
man.
was so I so because it's not like high season in London, right? Because it's like still technically winter, so there wasn't a big line. There was maybe like only like 15 people in line, but they're so fast that they out in like 5 minutes, you know. So you go in, it's like you can tell it's all just like ethnic people, like Greeks and Indians and Turkish people, all like yelling at like dough. They're like pounding the dough. I don't know what they're doing. They're just knocking it out, and then it's a different type of bagel. The bagels we have here, they're a little harder and more sweeter. The ones there are more doughier. Uh, they're more doughier, but they're made to be more like rolls rather than like a bagel that we're used to. So they're softer.
So it's
So they're
fluffier.
meant to be made with sandwiches. Yeah, they're fluffier. So they're more conducive to a sandwich. And so I had one. It's the bagel's pretty big, and then they put in like a half a pound of like the most tender uh type of beef. It's like so good. It's like tender and there's no fat on it. You know, well, there's fat, but you know how like on smoked meat they have like the fat on like the sides. You know, it's
Yeah.
this is just straight up like only the meat. You know. And it's so tender. It's kind of like pulled pork or whatever, pulled beef. It just falls right apart. It's just so nice. And then I got with mayo and mustard, and I got a giant
Which
thing of
mustard?
pickle. English mustard, spicy.
Oh.
Yeah,
Man.
and it was great.
Man.
It was so good. Yeah,
I want to try
Got it
that
with the
bagel
Coke.
more than
Oh,
I
it was
want to
great.
try. Yeah, I want to go. I want to go to London for
I
that
know.
bagel more than I want to go to your wedding.
yeah. No, everybody is. Everyone who's coming is like, who saw. I posted a story of it. Everyone's like, oh, I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, I need to try this bagel place. And this is sad.
Please.
Right next
Make a
door
video.
to this bagel place.
Yeah.
There's right next door is no joke the exact same type of bagel with this, but it's a different bagel place. But nobody goes there. But they make the same bagel, but it's like, you know how there's Fairmont and then there's like Saint Viator, but there's streets separating it. This is no joke. Like 2 steps, you're like,
It's
crazy.
like
You're like,
what's it on Saint Laurent in Montreal? You have Schwartz, and in front of Schwartz, what did you have? It's another very famous.
yes, the main. Yeah, the main.
The main, exactly. And there would be like a humongous
Yeah.
lineups outside of Schwartz, and there would be like 3 people and
Yeah.
a homeless lady at the main, and they were both delicious. And I always
Yeah,
felt
they're
bad
both
for the
good.
main because it was very good. I think they closed
know.
down. I don't think it exists anymore.
Yeah,
Terrible.
it's a donor.
And
It's a donor
Schwartz,
place now,
yeah.
like a
It's a
Berlin donor.
place.
Yeah.
Oh well, hopefully, unless Schwartz starts making donor, hopefully it will. It was
Yeah.
always empty.
Yeah, it looks alright.
It was
I know.
Question.
I ordered a steak there at the main once.
a
Sorry.
steak. Wow, no. Okay, I always order a. Because it was always open late, and Schwartz was open for like 4 hours. I have a question.
Yeah.
Will the hangry guy make a video about that bagel place?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. I think I already made it. Yeah, I'm pretty much done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Awesome.
Very
I
hungry.
can't wait.
And I've been dieting.
Ah.
I've been dieting, so I'm
Yeah?
always just hungry. So I'm always like, oh, yeah. I've been like eating 1,600 to 1,800 calories like Monday through Friday. Yeah, so it's hard, but whatever. I'm getting through.
Okay, here's the secret to weight loss. Okay, everybody's listening. Here's the
Mhm.
secret to weight. I lost 10 pounds, and here's how you lose
Okay,
10
nice.
pounds. You get the flu, and boy, oh boy, does it work, dude! It's like nature's Ozempic. You just catch the flu,
Wow.
and then you just sleep. You don't even need to work out. You just sleep, and you wake up 5 days later, and you're 5, 7, 10 pounds lighter. Next time you come, I'm gonna
Wow.
cough in your mouth. Bam, bronchitis,
Oh no. Oh god.
and then
Oh.
here we go.
Oh man.
That's the secret.
I haven't.
That's
the
the
last
secret.
time
You
I
wanna
was
lose
sick
weight?
Was in Montreal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. You
Fuck
you
that,
live
man.
in a tropical island now. You're gonna catch, I don't know, avian flu, or whatever attacks, or like the
Maybe.
crazy cow, not crazy cow, mad cow.
Oh,
mad cow disease.
Mad cow. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not crazy cow. It's mad cow.
Yeah.
How long have we been
Crazy
recording?
cow. It's crazy frog. Crazy frog. An hour. An hour and 5.
An hour. Hour 5. Do you have anything else you want to bring up?
No, that's it. I think I brought up even shit from last week I wanted to bring up. No, I'm good.
Okay. All right. So listen, guys. Let's close it down. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for subscribing and telling your friends. What else? Oh, so Gabriel, you're coming back to Montreal, right? March 15th,
19.
19th, March 19th. So guys, catch him Tuesdays. If you see his name on the lineup, come see Gabe on our Tuesdays show. And then April 1st, live podcast
Yeah, we
recording,
got a
guys.
big-
We're back, baby.
Big recording, baby.
Yeah.
Me, my
Yeah,
straight
Gabe is gonna
hair.
stay for a couple of weeks. So, and Leah, look
Bye,
at this
guys. Love you
beautiful
guys.
Jesus,
Love you, everybody.
white Jesus hair. And Gabe, I love you. I'm happy we recorded this.
Bye. Peace.
I love you, Eugene. Love you, everybody. Thanks for listening. Bye, bye, everybody. Bye.
Gabriel's ass bleach brighter than heaven. Amber's been on a watch list since 9.